People have strong feelings about snakes. They either love them or they are terrified of them. There are some snakes that should be feared by everyone because they are aggressive and venomous. In this video, you will see some snakes that you never knew existed. These are the rarest snakes in the world, and you will be surprised by how dangerous they are, by their odd behavior, and their uniqueness. If you like snakes and you like dragons, you will love the spiny bush viper. This snake is a combination of the two, and it has a really unique appearance. The spiny bush viper's dorsal scales are located in a way that the snake looks spiny and fierce, almost like a small dragon. This snake is native to Central Africa in the rainforest, where it spends a lot of its time sunbathing on the leaves. The snake's scales can vary in color from blue to brown to green. The male snakes can grow to be up to 28.7 inches long, and they live mainly off small mammals and lizards. To capture their prey, this snake uses an ambush method. It hangs upside down from a tree with its head hanging down, waiting for its prey to come by. When it does, the snake snatches it up. This is a very venomous snake. Without immediate medical attention, you could die. Some people have been killed due to internal bleeding caused by the snake's potent venom. This snake is orange and black, but when it comes into contact with sunlight, it becomes much more colorful. When the sunlight hits the scales, it creates a ripple effect, giving the skin an iridescent sheen that many say looks like a rainbow. This snake is native to the forests of South America and spends most of its time up in the trees. It can grow to be 6.5 feet long. The rainbow boa feeds on small mammals and lizards. To eat its prey, it will constrict until the creature suffocates. After, it will consume its dinner completely whole, starting with the head. It takes between 4 and 10 days to digest its meal completely. This snake is absolutely terrifying because it flies through the air. Can you imagine walking in the forest of Southeast Asia and seeing snakes flying from the sky? These snakes don't actually fly, they fall with a purpose, and they don't need wings to do this. In order to glide through the air, this snake spreads its ribs and contracts its abdomen. This causes a concave on its lower side, allowing it to glide gracefully. When the snake is falling from the trees, it is easy to confuse it with a boomerang due to the shape it is when it falls. Although this snake is venomous, the venom is harmless to humans. If the paradise flying snake falls on your head, it will be terrifying, but it is harmless. The SpiderTailed horned viper is unique in the way that it hunts. See this spider? It isn't a spider, but the snake's tail. It is actually a trap to draw in birds for the snake to eat. This snake was first discovered in 1968 during a scientific expedition to western Iran. The first snake ever found was taken to the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago. Initially, scientists believed that its odd tail was due to a tumor caused by parasites. It wasn't until a second snake was studied in 2003 that they realized that this snake was born this way, and it is the snake's unique way of luring its prey. As if the snake weren't creepy enough, its face is no better. It is covered with circular scales like warts all over its face, so that it can camouflage itself, looking like an ordinary rock. This is the smallest snake in the world, and is native to the Caribbean island of Barbados. The largest snake of its kind ever found measures just 4.09 inches. Some of these snakes have been seen on social media slithering on a quarter, and it doesn't look much bigger. The first person to discover this species is a man named Stephen Blair Hedges. In honor of his wife Carla, he gave it the scientific name LeptoTieFlops Carlay. The snake is the width of a piece of spaghetti, and due to its small size, it feeds on termites and ant larvae. This tiny snake is harmless to humans, and if you are in Barbados and you walk by one, you probably won't even notice. What makes this snake unique enough to be on this list is that it has a crushed pig-like nose. This is where its name comes from. The snake is native to eastern North America and parts of southern Canada, in forests, grasslands, and areas where the soil is very dry. This snake's diet consists of small reptiles, toads, frogs, and mice. The snake's pointy teeth inject a powerful toxin into its prey, and fortunately, it is not lethal to humans. If you are bitten, the area will swell and it will hurt, but you will be just fine. The snake's teeth are also beneficial when they feed. The teeth deflate the bodies of the toads and frogs, making them easier to eat. Another thing that makes this snake so unique is that it can eat toxic amphibians without being harmed by the venom. If you come into contact with this snake, it will first rise like a cobra and then hiss. If the snake still feels threatened, it will attack with its head, but it won't bite. If the snake continues to feel threatened, it will feign a seizure and then play dead. This snake is a very good actor. This is a terrestrial snake, and it is named for its striking blue color. It is native to Southeast Asia, on the islands of Borneo, Sumatra, Java. It can also be found on the peninsula of Malacca. It spends most of its time in forests, slithering around the leaves that have fallen. Most snakes have venom glands near their mouths. The blue coral snake is unique because its venom glands extend over a quarter of the length of its body. Because this snake feeds on other venomous snakes, it makes it even more dangerous. If this snake bites you, you will experience numbness in the area where you were bit, and in your lips. Next, the venom will block the neurotransmitters in your brain, which will cause paralysis of the muscles, respiratory arrest, and then death. Because this snake is so lethal, it is best to steer clear of it at all costs. This snake earned a spot on this list because it spits when it feels threatened. When it feels threatened, it will extend the skin around its head and hiss. If you don't get away from the snake, it will spray jets of venom in your face until you go blind. The red spitting cobra is easy to distinguish due to its red color and the black band around its head. You might also see one that is more orange than red. This snake is native to East Africa, from Kenya to Egypt, and sets up its home in hollowed-out logs, termite tunnels, and weeds. This terrifying snake can grow to be up to 4.9 feet and feeds off lizards and small mammals. It is also known for cannibalism, as the adults sometimes eat their young. The young protect themselves by sleeping at night and staying awake during the day. The adults sleep during the day and stay up at night. The black mamba is one of the most venomous snakes in the world. It is native to sub-Saharan Africa and lives on small chickens and rodents. This snake can grow from 6.6 feet to 9.8 feet in length and is longer than humans. This makes it very difficult for a human to escape from this snake if it attacks. If you get too close to this snake, it will feel threatened. If this happens, it will stand up, stick out its tongue, and hiss. If it attacks, it will jump right over you and attack you from behind with a series of bites. This is the reason that when this snake bites a human, they are often bitten above the waist. If a black mamba bites you, you have just 45 minutes to get the antidote before you collapse. After you collapse, death is unavoidable. Because these snakes are so dangerous, it is best to avoid them at all costs. This is especially true if you are over 45 minutes away from the nearest medical center. This is one of the most colorful snakes in the world. It has 3 blue stripes. One of the blue stripes has a pattern that is formed by black spots with a reddish background, making it very easy to distinguish. This snake can grow to be 39 inches. The snake is native to California, particularly in the marshes and swamps of San Francisco. Its diet consists of amphibians, small birds, fish, and rodents. If you see a California red-sided garter snake, you don't need to worry too much. Their toxic venom is only deadly to their prey. If you are bitten by one of these snakes, you will only experience pain and swelling and then itching in the area. After a day or two, the wound will have healed, and you will be just fine.